Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. I've just started to feel a little bit better after having a really bad stomach bug for the last couple of days. That's why lack of review last night, and even just some feedback on the end of the transfer window. So this is the first time I've felt alright in a little while. So I've come on and literally fresh from watching Pablo Fornals' video. His farewell video. That was a tough one. I'm a big fan of him. He's been my fan favourite for a couple of years. It's really gutting to see him go. What David Moyes has done to that man is criminal, really. Listen, he wasn't putting anything special in the last sort of few months of his West Ham career, but again, that's what's happened to him with the confidence drain, and just the skills been smashed out of him basically. By Moyes. He's not a big enough a player as Lucas Paqueta is. That will ride above it and just do what he wants. He's been completely driven out of the club by Moyes' just insistence on playing the way that he plays. I would love to have seen him play at number 10 if he would have got the chance in his career. He hasn't now. Listen, he come as a young, tricky winger, and leaves a bit of a cult hero, should we say? He's not a legend. He's not a icon by any stretch of the imagination, but he's definitely a cult hero. He's West Ham with massive interviews. That goal against Alkmaar, he has been a real special player for me, and I will miss him. I will miss him, and I hope he has a really good career now for the rest of his career at Betis. Gets himself back in the Spain squad and really shows, the sort of player he is, and he'll always be welcome back at West Ham. At the end of the day, he is one of those guys that were there and lifted that Europa Conference League and ended the 43-year pain that we all got to enjoy last year. Loads of hoo-ha around the deal. He was at the ground last night, and then obviously it was off because it looked like the paperwork hadn't gone through, and then FIFA have stepped in and sorted that out and managed to get that deal over the line. So he's gone now, and then obviously the Benrahma one as well. It all looked like he was well to go Lyon during the day. He had the tracksuit on. All pictures were leaking of him walking around France with the tracksuit on. And then that one went the same way as Fornals for a little while. It looked like we, were going to get sued by Lyon. And where did it leave Benrahma? Was he coming back? Was he not coming back? And again, FIFA have stepped in now. And that has gone through. Not as heartbroken or as gutted as I am as Fornals leaving. I wanted Benny when he came. I defended Benny for a long, long time when, other people and even Paul on the channel dug him out. He has become an incredibly frustrating player in recent times. His lack of productivity in terms of assists and goals dried up. So I'm not that gutted about him going. I think it's an okay price for him as well. I think at another club, that plays slightly more attacking football, he probably, would have been good. He would have. I heard someone say he would have looked good in a Bournemouth team last night, or a Palace, or somewhere like that. But again, good money. So I'm not that gutted. The weird thing is why that Cornet stayed when the two players he did trust in Fornals and Benny are the ones that go. It's strange. It's strange. But yeah, absolutely shambolic the way it sort of went down in the end. London Stadium's Wi-Fi, we all know that problem. So yeah, a bit shambolic, bit disappointed with the window as well, I have to say. I'm all for selling players, that we're not going to use and need, but you still need to leave yourself fairly, enough players, because the bench spoke volumes last night. We probably knew that Fornals would leave in the summer. We probably knew that Benny would leave. There was a good chance that probably Kera would leave. Cornet, if he would have gone Palace, we wouldn't have, been like, okay, he's not go. He wouldn't have been one of the ones to go. It's the disappointment, that the rumble of the Osman deal, the dealings with that. The Jota situation that never materialised. Then there was the Ismail Sarr stuff yesterday. I just think we've left ourselves really short. I don't know what you guys think, but me and Paul were talking in our WhatsApp group earlier today and a little bit late last night. It screams of settling, that we're not going to get relegated. We're not going to go for it in terms of finishing, in the top 6. It screams of them, just getting rid of players and saving money and saving budget. For me personally, what I think, a new manager to come in the summer. Phillips is a quick deal. He's good player. I'll go a little bit into the game at the last couple of minutes of this video. He's a good player. He's not fully up to thingy. Moyes wanted him. Maybe it's a sweetener. Moyes and Phillips both walk out the club at the end of May when West Ham, Premier League season's over. And then a new manager comes in with some decent funds, the Kura money, the Rama money, the Fornals money. Kura will probably get sold. Cornet will get sold. Who knows what Gerd's doing. The Paquetá money you've got to look at because he is going to go. So a new manager comes in with a nice war chest with hopefully Tim Steidten in there to guide him through it. Because again, all that's up in the air with the Liverpool stuff as well. Loads have gone on since I last made a video. But yeah, it screams of that Allardyce last season, that last 6 months that could potentially dwindle down. Listen, I hope I'm proven wrong, and West Ham go and get in the Europa League final and we do finish in the top 6. But it does have that sort of feel about it. That acceptance as well. You remember that January when we really could have gone for it and really shown Declan Rice, the ambition of the club to try and keep it as that sort of vibe to it as well. And all these people, that sit there and go, oh, West Ham are 6, we're not going to be there long. We're not. If we lose to Manchester United the weekend and certain results go against us, we could end up be about 8th, I think. Then we've got Arsenal. And then, you could be down in 10th in about 2 or 3 games' time. It is disappointing. I would like to have seen a striker and a winger come in. But if it means that David Moyes goes at the end of the season, and this is, their way of doing it, so be it. I'm against the board. The quicker they go, the better. I don't blame Moyes for this window. I blame Sullivan for the way it's gone. And yeah, just a little bit on last night's game as well, just to end there, because I haven't done a video for a little while. Just to end on last night's game. That was absolutely atrocious again. I don't know how many times I've said that this season. Hammer's Horror Show, how many times have I said that in the video? We are the worst passing team in the division, without a doubt. Even teams that we've played in Europa League pass the ball better than us. And people sit and go, we're sitting in 6 and we've had 20% possession in games and still won games. We have been incredibly lucky that we've got a goalkeeper that's incredible. And a lot of the teams we've played against, finishing is not as, clinical as ours can be. Bowen, Kudus and people like that are absolutely clinical. It's blatantly obvious that Lucas Paqueta was missing yesterday. Kudus did his magic. He was the one that won the penalty, and constantly looked to threat when he, in the second half when he did get the ball and could get past the player. But, there's no one to play the ball into Bowen. There's no one to play the ball into Kudus. We're playing basically 4 players that have played CDM before. Phillips, Ward-Prowse, Souček and Alvarez, and expecting them to make something happen. Ward-Prowse got a lot of stick yesterday. Set pieces have really gone off the boil, I have to say. But what's he supposed to do playing left wing? He's a centre midfielder. Souček is just, I can't do it anymore. I can't. Like, this geezer, it's just, he don't do anything. He doesn't do anything. I'm all for him being an impact sub for 20 minutes. You know, if we need a goal, bring him on, start lumping the ball up to him. But we need, like, if there's one that I would love to be out the door first day in the summer transfer window, is Thomas Souček. I really hope the new manager, if it is a new manager, comes in and just, we need to take that option away from a new manager. We need to become a better team, because once you run out of luck and that style doesn't work or it gets figured out, you got nothing else. Bournemouth had lovely patterns of play, played really, really well. And again, people say, oh yeah, but Bournemouth are 17th. Yes, but if, let's say, for example, that manager was at West Ham and was able to instill that style of play, that quick passing, patterns of play, forward runners, high press, with our clinical players. And that's the argument that people always miss, like your Jim Whites and Martin Keown, Danny Murphys, all them talk sport twats, is David Moyes, results-wise, doing a good job. But another manager could get that team really playing well, still have a grit and determination, but it's more entertaining. It's, it's just better. It's just better. Good luck selling season tickets, Mr. Sullivan, if it is going to be David Moyes still at the club in the summer. We watch West Ham because we love them, and it's a religion. You can't choose your club, and once you're in. But it is becoming really, 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 really hard to get yourself excited. It's a struggle to watch us at the minute. I went to the Man United game. We won that 2-0, and we played quite well in the second half, to be fair. But like, the first half, it was awful, and there's been too much of that this season. It's just, like, I used to get really excited to watch a West Ham game, like, be like, oh, at least we're going to go for it a little bit. And, really, it's just dross. It's just absolute dross. And like I say, few injuries and we're in real trouble. Real trouble. The bench yesterday, love to see the kids on there, but that's all that's left. It's all that's left. And I never thought you'd hear me say this, the man who really doesn't like him, but we need Mikel Antonio back as well. Just for an option, just for something different. And again, the treatment of players from Moyes, I've gone on for a long time, I do apologise, guys. The treatment of players like Danny Ings had one of the best performances he's had in the Sheffield United game. Has to wait to come on. Cornet scored in that game. Came on about the 93rd minute. Oh, just get this season over with. If we win the Europa League, incredible, we won't. But if we did, amazing. But get this season done. Get this man out of my club. And let's move forward as a team. But from what I see, I think we are building up to David Moyes potentially not getting a contract, and I hope that is the case. Let me know what you guys think. Again, apologies for not doing a video last night and for the last few days. Like I said, I've had a real bad stomach bug. I've been off for a couple of days. Just started feeling a little bit better tonight. But yeah, back with videos after the Manchester United game, and hopefully me and Paul can get together before. Be interesting to see what he thinks about all this debacle that's been going on. Come on, you Lions.